Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're gonna love it here, and if you're returning, what's up? For this video, I will be doing a short, even cut, half up, half down. A very quick, easy, natural, quick weave. Feel free to comment some new hairstyles that I haven't done before down below in the comments. Or DM me inspo pics on Instagram, whichever one. Anyways, if you would like to see how I achieve this look, just keep on watching. Boom, let's get started. So I'm gonna take off my bonnet. For my braid down, I sectioned my hair in 3 parts. The braid that you see in the front will be for my ponytail. This middle braid was for my leave out until I decided that this would be a no leave out quick weave. And of course the back, I did 7 straight backs. Like always, I'm going to use the wild growth oil to oil my scalp. I'm only adding the oil in the back where the quick weave will be. Moving on to the mold down, I will be using this wig cap that I got from the beauty supply. As you can see, I'm clipping my hair out the way before applying the cap. For this, the cap doesn't have to fully cover your head as long as it's covering the braids in the back. Next, I'm going to go in with some Got To Be spray for the mold down. I'm going to start off by spraying in sections on top of the braids. Once I spray a layer of Got To Be, I then go in with my blow dryer to dry it down. As you can see, I am now spraying the next section. I find that it's easier to lay my hand down on top of the part and spray behind my hand. And I do this so that I can keep the Got To Be in the correct range and I'm not just spraying all over my head. When using the Got To Be for your mold down, I recommend you do a few layers just so that the cap can be nice and secure. You will know when it is ready to be cut once the cap feels really crunchy and stiff. So here I am cutting the cap off, making sure that I take my time because I don't want to make any silly mistakes and cut my hair. Now that the cap is cut and all ready to go, this is what it is giving. As you can see, it fully covers the back section braid down. For this quick weave, I will be using 3 packs of the Breezy Wave Organique Synthetic hair. I usually get it in the color 1B, but this time I got it in the 2. So let's begin gluing these tracks down. I'm going to first start off by laying the track on the back of my head to measure it out. Once I get an estimate measurement, I then cut the track. Then I'm going to go in with this hair glue that I got from the beauty supply and add that onto the track. And finally, I lay the track down. So here is a back view of me continuing the quick weave process. Like I said before, I measure out the track. Then I go in and cut the track, add the glue to the track, and lay the track down. I typically don't use a mirror when doing this, so when laying down and measuring the track, I have to do a lot of feeling to make sure that there isn't any big gaps or spaces. After laying down a few tracks, I then like to go in with my blow dryer to dry the glue down. I do this to make sure that everything is nice and secure and intact. As you can see, I switched the camera back to the front view just so that you all can see how the placement of these tracks are moving forward. Instead of applying the tracks straight across from one end to the next, I am laying them down in more of a U shape. As you can see, each end of the track is getting laid down going up. Doing this technique will allow the tracks to not be seen. So I would say I'm about halfway through. Now I'm going to move on to the next pack of her. And like I mentioned before, I'm going to repeat the same process until I am done. As you can see, I am almost done. I'm going to do the remainder of the quick weave from the back view. I'm not going to lie, I could have done a few more tracks in the U shape, but I decided to lay the tracks going straight across. My intentions were to cover the tracks with the leave out that I had sectioned out, but you will see later on when I change my mind. Okay, now that the back of the quick weave is complete, this is what it is giving. So this right here is the moment where I decided, should I leave this out or add it to the ponytail? Once I decided that I'm going to put it all in the ponytail, I then took my braids down, and now I'm going to move on to straightening out my hair. When I flat iron my hair, I like to use my skinny flat iron for the roots and then go in with my regular flat iron to get everything nice and straight. I also noticed that straightening your hair in smaller sections gives you a better result. Now that I've straightened a few pieces on camera, you all get the point. I'm gonna do the rest off camera. Now that everything is all straightened, here I am combing everything up and figuring out how I want my ponytail to sit. Now that I've figured out the placement of the ponytail, I'm then going to go in with a hair tie and tie my hair up. Before doing the mold down, you want to remove some hair if you decide to do baby hairs. If not, then skip this step. Doing the mold down, I like to do it in sections. So I first start off by combing my hair up. For this first step, I'm going to be using edge booster. I do a lot of brushing and combing when doing a mold down because I want my hair to be nice and sleek. So after brushing everything up with my edge brush, I then go in with a small amount of the edge booster. This is used only at the roots of my hair, just to help it give that nice, sleek, clean look. Once I apply the edge control and then brush everything into place, I'm gonna then go in with my wax stick and use it to slick my hair down. Like I mentioned before, I do a lot of combing and brushing my hair so that it can be nice and flat. For this mold down, I will be using my Got2b spray. Once again, I'm going to then spray it on the section that I prepped, brush it, make sure that it is nice and flat, and then blow dry it down. Doing this will give it the same effect that it did when molding down the cap. My hair will become very stiff and unable to move after doing this. That's why you want to make sure that you prep it well, combing and brushing through it so that it is nice and flat, because what's done is done. If you move it after you do the mold down, your hair will be white and flaky. So now I'm going to continue the process all the way around. Like I mentioned before, I like to do my hair in sections. So I start off with the left side, then the middle, then the right. I would also like to mention before, I did not record me prepping the middle and the other side, but know that I did. I applied the edge booster to my roots and then went in with my wax stick to lay my hair down. I recommend that you take your time when doing the mold down so that it looks nice and neat. Also, because I know people are going to ask, I had my blow dryer on medium heat for this entire tutorial. So now that the mold down is done, I'm going to redo my ponytail to make sure that it is nice and tight. Next, I'm going to braid my ponytail. Once that is complete, I'm going to fold my ponytail in half and secure it with a rubber band. I probably could have added some hair to the braid to make the base of my ponytail a bit fuller, but hey. Moving on, I will be using a neck strip to wrap around the ponytail braid. Doing this is similar to applying a cap. It will protect my hair from getting any glue in it, As you can see, I start on the tip of the braid and wrap it around tightly. Once I make it to the end of the wrap, I use some hair glue to secure it. Moving on to my last and final pack of hair, I'm going to start off by adding glue to the base. This makes it easier instead of adding glue to the tracks. When you're having to wrap it around, the glue is going to get on your hands. It's going to get messy. So I think that it's easier to just add the glue onto the base. Next, I'm going to add one end of the track to the base and begin wrapping it around. When wrapping it around, you want to make sure that the track is close together and you aren't leaving too much space in between, because you do want your ponytail to be full. Of course, once you get to the end of the track, you want to add some glue and press it down. I still have a little bit of the base showing, so here I am just wrapping some more hair around to cover everything up. Boom, now that the ponytail is complete, I'm going to untangle the hair. After wrapping it around, it gets tangled up. Finally, I'm going to get a piece from the back of the ponytail and wrap it around. Doing this will create an illusion of a hairband, which will cover the track that is showing at the start of the ponytail. Once I get that wrapped around, I'm going to secure it with some Got2b spray. Like always, I'm going to use my skinny flat iron to curl my baby hairs. Doing this makes it easier for when it is time to swoop them. Before applying any product to my baby hairs, I like to shape them up first and get the placement right, because once you add product, your edges become stiff and they are harder to move around. When doing my baby hairs, I typically do 2 swoops on each side and call it a day. But for this hairstyle, I wanted to do something a little bit different. For this look, I wanted some really fluffy, effortless, natural looking baby hairs, so no product was needed besides the excess edge control that was already on the edge brush. I could have simply left my hair at the length that it was at, but I wanted to go shorter. To make things easier, I clipped back my ponytail. As of right now, I'm only focusing on the bottom half. Before cutting my hair, I bring it all to the front, lay it flat, and then figure out exactly where I want to cut. If you are cutting your own hair and you are nervous about it, try cutting it a little bit longer than your desire to see if you like it, just in case you make a mistake. You are better off cutting off a little bit at a time versus too much and then it's too short. Now that one side is complete, I'm going to continue the same thing on the other side. As you can see, I make sure that it's nice and even. Well, as even as possible, because it's not going to be perfect. Now that the bottom half is complete, I'm going to clip that back and then move on to the ponytail. So what I did for this was flip the entire ponytail to one side and then cut straight across. And to make sure that it was even, or as even as possible, I then flipped it to the other side, cut the uneven pieces. It was something about the even cut ponytail that was throwing me off, so I used my razor comb to kind of put some layers in it. I kind of played with it a little, made it a little messy and uneven just to give it more of a natural look. You know, keep in mind that the hair is synthetic, so we want to do all the necessary steps and extra add-ons to make sure that it looks natural. And now that I am done adding layers, I'm gonna fluff the hair out. So before I show you all the ending of this video, I would like to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
Got a white boy on my roster, he be feeding me pasta and lobster. He just hit me up on Tuesday like, what you doing, babe? Let me take you shopping. I told him, well, I'm a little busy. He said, damn, I'm in your city. But anyway, it's okay, hope you have a good day. I'ma see you by day 50. Then I told him, you treat me so well. He said, cash out Brazil. Matter of fact, scratch that, I'ma see you what's